know you're a huge disc golf fan. What
Yeah.
was it like playing with some of your
Dream come true. I've been able to watch the pros play for a long time, and I've been able to attend some tournaments in Minnesota. But I've never been able to sit there on the tee pad and watch people at world-class level, top 10 in the world level, throw a disc. And as someone who plays 3 times a week and has for 27 years, I'm obsessed about it. I'm geeked out. I'm fangirling like you wouldn't believe. But the arm speed, we talk about this in other sports, right? With tennis, with hockey, that you have to be right there down with the players to appreciate the speed and the technique. And these are world-class athletes. And I'm just so thrilled that the sport is growing and going mainstream, that I got a once-in-a-lifetime chance to do this. It's just incredible.
So 27 years, I mean, that's a long time to play this.
Yeah, I started out with it's all the old Innova DX plastic. I mean, that was it, a couple of old Discraft discs. And I was good about 10 years ago. And then everything started going downhill, and I can't close my hand. But the great thing about this sport, even if you have physical challenges, you can still play this sport. So I just, dink and dunk my way down, and I have as much fun as anybody out there. It doesn't matter whether I take a 2 or a 7 on a par 3. It's just a blast to play, and the challenge is still there. And I think that's something that's really great about disc golf as a sport. There's so much possibility for people who have physical challenges. It's a great healing sport for veterans with PTSD, for special needs kids. You have your own gear, can go at your own pace, and it's almost like a yoga if you're playing alone and undisturbed, or just quietly with a friend. And so it can do so much for you. And as someone who likes to keep score and who's really competitive, it keeps you moving, right? So for friends of mine who are trying to get back into exercising and are having trouble doing the walk around the arena in the wintertime deal, go play disc golf. It's just the best sport.
And I know you have a pretty special connection to disc golf as well, from a personal standpoint. Right?
Well, yeah, I mean, it was something that was foundationally a part of my early sobriety. In January of 2022, I'll have 30 years of sobriety. And when I first sobered up, I was a mess. I mean, emotionally, I was traumatized. I was, still, you take away the alcohol and the drugs, I'm still a user of people and a taker of things. So I needed stuff that would help give me some esteem and help me sort of socialize with people. And folks look at how I am now and they think, oh, that's so easy for you. You're sort of the poster child for friendly, nice, and people see me on television. But I was an absolute mess. And it was suggested to me by one of my counselors that I try something new, and it's how I got into disc golf and snowboarding, 2 things I still do today. The idea being, find something new, find something that you're going to see your growth in. Don't do something that you're good at. Doing something that you're good at isn't a healing hobby. Try something new and get into it, and that can heal you. And I was like, come on, there's no way that works. Got into disc golf, and it was magic. I learned how to talk to people and hold my head up, and the minute you start improving in this sport, it just built and lifted me up. And in Minnesota, we're pretty obsessive about it. We'll play outdoors, March, April through November, and a bunch of us play in the snow in the wintertime. It's pretty fun.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely seemed to have helped you in your professional career as well, it seems, right?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, look, there's 1,001 metaphors for success out on the disc golf course. It's a very serious sport, right? And having 18 holes or 27 holes, whatever you're playing that day, or some people playing 36 holes, you can start out fast, and then you've got to stay there. You could start out slow, and your whole day changes. And so there's a lot of metaphors for life. To be honest with you, I think the best, for me personally, it really is my yoga. It's my meditation. Going out in the morning and playing alone on local courses. I play with my buddies during the weekends and stuff like that. But it's that morning time when I'm alone that just clears my head. I'm not thinking about all of the trials and tribulations of life that everybody has, right? And it just all goes away. And I'm just focused on making my way to the basket. And there's no better feeling in the world. Being out in nature and being able to soak all that in, and being able to travel and do it all around the world. You know, I travel, I've been to, I think, 171 countries so far and counting, and I always travel with my disc. I have a little travel bag, 4 discs, and you know, it's fantastic. It's wonderful. Just to even prop up a garbage can on an outdoor chair and just, you know, practice putting for half an hour is a great way just to sort of clear your head when you're on the road.
And I mean,
Or the hotel room, you know, either one.
yeah. And how much, like when you talk about that quiet, like kind of peaceful moment, like, correct me if I'm incorrect, it kind of feels a little bit like if you're cooking a meal, it's kind of like you doing your
Oh, well, I use them both the same way,
yeah.
you know, and you can, you know, I was talking to Kevin, he was talking about, you know, his discs and switching out discs for courses, and I switch out knives and equipment in my carry bag depending on what meal I'm preparing on the road for people. And it's the same thing goes into it. You know, what I'm cooking, what I'm cutting influences what knife I'm pulling out of the drawer, and I've got 300 of them at home. So yeah, it's a lot of similarities. And you know, playing disc golf with, you know, if you're in a foursome with 3 other people is like standing around and cooking a meal. I mean, you're giving everybody a ton of crap, right? You know, the crap talking that you give back and forth to everybody might be my favorite part of the whole thing, because that's how you connect with other folks. You know, I'm never gonna ever, it's easy to say, throw like Kevin or Ricky, right? But playing with them today, we're just giving each other, it's like being with my buddies back home. I mean, you're telling each other the same stuff out on the course, and I think it's a great leveling of humanity.
That's awesome. Last question for you. We got the actual pro-am coming up
Yep.
here in the afternoon. You're going to be talking a lot of trash, I'm sure, right?
Well, that's the hope, because I have to, and I think it's a great setup, right? The 666 setup through 18, right? So it's best disc, then it's alternate disc, and then it's total team score to go in. So hopefully by the last 6 holes, I'm supporting my pro partner. I know I didn't come in last, so that's good. So my kids will talk to me tonight. So I just want to have a respectable showing as we head into the final part of the day. That's all. I just need to support my pro partner and let them do their thing.
Okay. Well, Chef, thank you so much.
Oh no, thank you. Super.